Welcome to Battle Number 1 of Week 9 of the FnF Victory Road Draft League. I'm your host, Lionhugs from Team Whooper Blooper. Today's match involves Mystical Chain headed by Noelle versus Detroit Dunsparces headed by Startoad. Just for starters, let's go over the Mega Pokemon that we might be seeing today. So, actually on Noelle's side, looks like they did not bring Mega Sableye today. However, Startoad did bring in a Mega Swampert. And before we continue into additional thoughts, just want to go over Z privileges real quickly. Looks like Mew is on the field for Noelle, which is allowed to use any Z move. However, Lycanroc Dusk is not making an appearance. And on Startoad's team, looks like Porygon Z, which is the Pokemon with any Z move privilege, is not going to be appearing. However, Zapdos does have Z attacking moves. So something definitely gotta watch out for a heavy hitting attack. And just to go over some initial thoughts before the match begins, I'm noticing on Startoad's team, there's like a pretty good synergy there between Pelipper, Swampert, and Celesteela, in the sense that they can seem to take the hits of the Pokemon that will come and switch in. That'll be super effective. So for example, Mega Swampert and Pelipper can take any fire types that would threaten Celesteela, any grass type attacks that would hurt Swampert could be tanked by Celesteela as well. And of course, obviously the electric moves that would destroy Pelipper, Swampert can absorb pretty easily, so definitely something we gotta watch out for. Couple that with the heavy hitters from Zapdos and potentially even Goodra. Can really do some damage to Noelle's team. Not to mention, of course, Drapion potentially has a knockoff, which I say this every time. All I see these like not fully evolved Pokemon in Noelle's team, I always assume that most of them have Eviolite. There's always one that doesn't, but either way, whichever does have Eviolite could be really hampered by that knockoff. And going on to Noelle's side, we have Mew, which is kind of like a jack of all trades. No idea what to expect from Mew just yet. But overall, looks like Noelle's team seems to be a little bit more balanced. I see we have potential sweepers and potential in Mew, and quite obviously Soul Volcarona with that Quiver Dance. Destroyed last week, so gotta watch out for that too. And one thing I'm noticing so far is that I don't really see any potential grass moves that could actually, grass Pokemon that could challenge Swampert, so I'm just curious to see how Noelle's gonna actually handle Swampert. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and begin. And looks like Noelle's setting up with Mew. I wonder if that means Mew has Stealth Rock. And oh, Drapion comes in as well, Emperor Drapion. And there goes that knockoff. Oh, that's a one-hit KO. And took away Mew's Origin's Expert Belt. Not that it really matters at this point since it's gone. Very strong start right there. Noelle sets up Volcarona with that Quiver Dance, as expected. What will Emperor respond with? Oh, another knockoff one-hit KO. Absolutely destroyed Volcarona. That is a very heavy-hitting Pokemon. I need to do some research on Drapion. Maybe I want Drapion for next Pokemon Draft League. But that burn will reduce its attack by far, so hopefully we can see. Okay, there we go. We do a switch to Margaret Thatcher to Celesteela. Oh my goodness. And Sensoria sets up the Trick Room. Wonder if this will be able to even the odds a little bit. Noelle's kind of in a little bit above binds. Already lost 2 of the Pokemon so early on. Only 4 moves in too. It shows how strong Startoad's team is. And Margaret Thatcher sets up the Substitute, while Tomatrix sets up Magnet Rise. And a Leaf Seed. Margaret Thatcher is not playing around here today. Showing that imperialist girl power that she's become known for. Or she was known for, I'm sorry. I believe she has passed away. I think, right? I'll look it up later. Anyway, a Flamethrower. Oh, okay, so it's possible that Magneton has either Assault Vest or potentially Eviolite to be able to take that Flamethrower so well. And a Thunderbolt in response to Margaret Thatcher does not do nearly enough damage, only about 31%. And for another Flamethrower, looks like Tomatrix does go down. And there goes Margaret Thatcher's Beast Boost. Noelle already down to 3 Pokemon. I wonder if this will be the first match that Noelle has lost this whole Pokemon League. And out comes Mrs. C the Milotic with a Scald, hoping for that burn chance, but doesn't look like it goes through. And it retaliates with a Giga Drain. And Mrs. C is burned. It's probably holding a Flame Orb, prevents it from getting any other kind of status condition, so that's actually good for Mrs. C, because he can keep recovering. Meanwhile, the Scald finally seems to burn Margaret Thatcher, who then respawns with a Substitute. Fortunately, that burn will continue to chip away damage, and looks like it's Margaret Thatcher's last Substitute. And his Scalds does not seem to take out the Substitute. How unfortunate. Leads Mrs. C to be Leech Seeded. As in Denim, that was unfortunate for Noelle. And okay, we have a recover, sends Mrs. C right back to full health. And another Giga Drain response from Margaret Thatcher. Seems to be a little bit of a lull right here, but looks like both Pokemon are still trying to hold out, trying to potentially outstall the other. I wonder if... okay, and Noelle does respond with Ivory v Piloswine. Fortunately, Giga Drain is still super effective against Piloswine, doing about 34% damage. And Noelle seems to pivot back to Milotic to take another Flamethrower. Okay, that was a good safe switch in. That was most likely to get rid of the Leech Seed. And his Scald gets rid of the Substitute. I'm assuming next turn will lead to a recover from Noelle's Mrs. C. And then Margaret Thatcher is probably going to set up a Substitute soon. That last Leech Seed missed. I wonder if another... yep, there we go. Another Leech Seed. Looks like we're right back to square one. Both Pokemon take some burn damage. It looks like Noelle's holding up pretty well with that Milotic. Seems to be sort of like a star player throughout all these past weeks. Out comes Sensoria, Fairy type against Margaret Thatcher. I wonder what Noelle's game is here. Unfortunately, I'm not too familiar with Aromatisse, so I don't want to speak where I can't, but I don't think it's just to take the Leech Seed. But Thunderbolt does take out the Substitute in one shot. And now Margaret Thatcher cannot set up a Substitute without potentially killing itself with bird damage, so... Starto finally switches out to Instinct to Zapdos. Nice Pokemon Go reference. Actually, I'm Team Instinct myself as well. Another Trick Room. I wonder what's coming next. Oh, nice switch into Piloswine. Can absorb pretty much any of Zapdos' electric attacks. And threaten it with Ice moves, so Starto responds again by switching out to Emperor Drapion. There's that first Stealth Rock setting up of the entire match. Will this be enough to switch things into Noelle's favor? Well, it will threaten Zapdos, and Earthquake one-shots the Emperor. At an end, his rule is, and not short enough it was. Sacrilege the Pelipper. I love these names. I wonder if Piloswine has any rock moves that could potentially threaten it. Even so, it is a good idea to switch out. And Sacrilege unfortunately misreads, setting a protect that does not work since there was no attack. Alright, looks like Trick Room is off the battlefield, but Rain is still set up. And a comfortable recover from Mystici. Ooh, Hurricane gets 100% accuracy due to the rain effect, so does a moderate amount of damage, only about 21%. Leaves Mystici to do another recover. Meanwhile, Ridley the Gudra. I'm guessing that's a Smash reference, but I don't know. Gudra seems a little too friendly to be Ridley. Some intergalactic criminal. Anyway. And it looks like Mystici is about as full health as it can possibly get, whereas Ridley sets up a curse. Lowers its speed, but raises its attack. However, Mystici, unfortunately, misreads with a Mirror Coat as well. That would have been a good move if, of course, Ridley used a special attack. But with Curse, it doesn't look like they'll be using one. Ah. Nilotic responds really well with that haze. I wonder if we'll see another haze next turn. There it is. Which, if I were Startoad, I'd probably start attacking right now if Ridley had any kind of strong move, but unfortunately, Earthquake also only does about 20% damage. Looks like this Milotic is really well invested into, I'm assuming it's HP and Special, or HP and Defense. Because it's just tanking all these hits so easily. And recovers since it's back to full health, but against a Zapdos, Noel would probably do really well to switch it right now. And there goes Instinct, shrugging off that Stealth Rock damage with a Roost. And unfortunately, Noel uses Mirror Coat, or sorry, Mystici's Mirror Coat does not work again. I wonder if Noel's a little bit nervous right now. Oh, Defog gets rid of the Stealth Rock set up by Piloswine. This would actually be a good time to switch to Piloswine, but this is he still trying to lure out Zapdos's Thunderbolts. Or any kind of Thunder move, I'm assuming. However, Zapdos finally uses its Z Crystal. Unfortunately, it's not going to do anything to Piloswine. Okay, maybe this is Noel's plan all along, trying to get, perhaps, Startoad into a false sense of security. However, surprisingly, Zapdos has Heat Wave. Ooh. However, Ivory's Nestable Crash definitely takes it down very hard. I wonder if Noel's used this turn to set up Stealth Rock. Oh, Ice Shard, hoping to finish it off. Because if Noel does successfully set up Stealth Rock, that basically prevents Zapdos from coming back into the game at all. And out comes Blue Hulk, the Swampert. And Noel does respond with Mystici the Milotic. After such a strong start, it looks like Startoad is having a bit of trouble getting through. Getting past Mystici, but maybe Mega Blue Hulk will be able to push a little bit tip to scales. Ooh, Earthquake, doing a little bit more damage than before, 36% now, but still not enough to break through. And out comes Ridley the Gudra, which resists Scalds, but will it get burnt? Doesn't seem like it. And that's even with the Rain Boost. Now what will Ridley do? Cursing is obviously not going to work. And Earthquake doing 22% damage this time around, but... I'm assuming Startoad is trying to probably PP stall Milotic, getting rid of all that recover. Oh! Scald's burn chance finally got through. Ridley is now burnt. So that curse really isn't going to help much now. I wonder how Mr. Seal will respond. I'm assuming another recover, if not maybe a pivot. Outrage, only doing 25% damage. Probably thanks in part to the curse, but also the burn. However, I wonder if Sarto just set up with Outrage from the get-go, if they would have been able to defeat Milotic. And Sensoria is now free to set up on Ridley thanks to it being Fairy type and being immune to Outrage. Which I'm assuming would be time for another Trick Room, if not... Well, have we seen any other of Sensoria's moves today? Thunderbolt, which isn't going to do anything to Mega Swampert. Oh! What? Energy Ball! There we go. This is why I didn't want to speak out of turn for Aromatisse. I had no idea Aromatisse could even pack Energy Ball. That's a one-hit KO for Mega Swampert. And now comes Sacrilege, which I wonder if Sarto may have forgotten that Sensoria was packing Thunderbolt earlier. Because, wow, 2 one-hit KOs, and now already it looks like Noelle and Startoad are evenly matched, 3-on-3. Or sorry, technically I should say 3-on-2, since Zapdos is almost gone. So a lot of swaps right there, but thankfully Goodra was able to take that Thunderbolt. As long as Sensoria's not packing a Fairy move, it looks like Ridley's... Oh, there's that Moonblast. Which special attack seems to be okay for Ridley since it's mostly a physical Pokemon, but... there's that last Spiteful Toxic, hopefully doing some damage for Sarto's side. And now that Trick Room is gone, I believe Ridley can go first. Oh, we're switching it to Instinct. Sarto probably thought another Trick Room was going to be set up. Otherwise, yeah, it's kind of hard to set up Zapdos now. Swapping out Zapdos instead of being able to recover properly. However, even a Moonblast does a fair amount of damage on Margaret Thatcher. One more Moonblast will be it. Unless Margaret Thatcher has a Protect, but even so, burn damage might take it out. Nope, there it goes. Margaret Thatcher is dead. Again. And that toxic damage is racking up. I wonder if Noelle will switch to keep their score up. If not... Oh. One more Moonblast does it for Ridley. That Trick Room just kind of came out of... Well, for me personally, came out a little bit out of left field. Again, I wasn't sure that Sensoria could actually... I wasn't sure what Sensoria could actually run, period. I need to do some little bit more research on the Gen 7 Pokemon. But Toxic Damage does take out Sensoria, leaving Noelle with 2 Pokemon and Startoad with just 1. And unless Instinct can recover, this may be it. Oh, there it is. There's that Ice Shard. And that leaves the final score with 2-0, in favor of Noelle. And may I just say, wow, this was actually a very exciting match. Part of it is due to Marnie's Battle Track OST, but also just the sheer tactics that both Startoad and Noelle were applying today. So Startoad starting very strongly with that Drapion, like one hit knocking out most of those. I think it actually did half of Noelle's team. I forgot to take notes again. However, just a really strong start, and then Noelle had continually had faith in Mississippi to stall out and properly set up I wanted to say, sorry, Piloswine Stealth Rod, which did some minor chip damage, as well as Sensorial with those Trick Rooms. Those seem to have been actually pivotal for Noel's victory here. Just goes to show you, it's really, really difficult to deal with Trick Room if you're not adequately prepared for it. And yeah, that Drapion, just big heavy hitter. I was really surprised to see it taken out so quickly, or rather, taken out in one shot as well. I believe that kill went to... I'm sorry, I can't recall actually right now. I believe that was Piloswine too, but either way, a really exciting match this time around. I think this is the closest that Noel's actually ever gotten to losing this entire league so far, which leaves next week as like the supposed last chance before the playoffs and the finals and all that. But yeah, this was just a really exciting match, and hopefully I'll see you guys next week. I'll see you guys next week, but also keep staying tuned for more Week 9 battles of the FnF Victory Road Draft League. I am Lion Hugs, and good night.